What is going on, guys? Today we have a very interesting video. So after having received images of the visual dictionary a few weeks before The Last Jedi, I refrained from putting any videos about it out until after the movie was released. Now that it's all fair game, there's a lot I wanted to talk about regarding Snoke's ring, so let's get right into that today. It will most likely leave you questioning if this is real or not, and I will first tell you that yes, it is. The visual dictionary was written by Pablo Hidalgo himself. Let's get right into it. In the visual guide, we have all this info about Snoke. Now, you may or may not have seen my latest theory on Snoke's purpose and his scene in The Last Jedi, but whether you have or haven't, let's zoom in on his ring. The obsidian was taken from the catacombs beneath Vader's castle on Mustafar. While many think there could be a connection between him and Vader, that's more than unlikely, considering Mustafar had been a planet that harbors dark-side energy for years to come, much before Anakin even stepped foot on it. This was also mentioned in the Darth Vader comic I brought to life over 3 months ago.
When you arrive on Mustafar, find the place where the dark side calls you. Draw upon the energy there. Combine its power with your own. Then use it.
Check it out if you haven't already. It was my favorite one to cover. Anyways, coupled with the fact that Snoke is supposedly ancient and has seen the rise and fall of the Empire, he most likely went to Mustafar far before Vader did, especially seeing as how it was below Vader's castle. It may have been a part that wasn't even discovered by Vader himself. I guess we'll have to wait and see for ourselves. Hopefully, it'll be covered. After all, I'd love for there to be a connection between the two. However, the info in this video is more about Palpatine and Plagueis, which is far more interesting. I want to take all your attention to the left of Snoke's ring. We see the line pointing to the inscriptions of the Duarte. Now, the Duarte were these 4 ancient beings from the planet Duarte itself. Now, by a show of virtual hands, who here remembers the statues from Revenge of the Sith in Palpatine's office? Well, they weren't just to hide his spare lightsaber. It seems what JJ told us about Episode 9 will come true. It will tie all the prequels to the original trilogy and combine it all with the new to give us the last puzzle piece. I know so many of you are heartbroken over The Last Jedi, and believe me, I was too, but now I think there's a lot more to it. One of the statues, Sistros, was accused of preaching the multitude of selfish ends, while another, Bretta, was known to have encouraged the study of the dark side of the Force. Now, while Snoke isn't a Sith, he is a Force user, and a powerful one at that. This part will surprise you all. If you go and see The Last Jedi again, make sure you pay close attention to the entire throne room scene, especially when Snoke raises his hand with the ring to use the Force on Rey. We can hear Palpatine's theme song begin to play. I was sitting there and I was pretty surprised at that scene. And after doing more research on the Duarte, we can see just why. Now, in the Legends novel Darth Plagueis, Plagueis actually owned all of these statues, in which Palpatine, of course, took them to his office after murdering his master. Now, I'm not implying that Snoke is Plagueis, by no means at all, but there are some connections here that just cannot be ignored. This isn't just some random theory. I think Disney is starting to connect things together here, and while Snoke may not be Plagueis, he could have known him or known of him. Or they're playing with some of Plagueis' characteristics and putting it into Snoke. Snoke mentions in the film that he cannot be betrayed or beaten. Why would he say he can't be betrayed? Because that's literally what Kylo does. It seems as if he's jaded by saying that he can't be betrayed, as if he's been betrayed once before. I'm going to go back and rewatch The Revenge of the Sith, and I'm going to look at these statues with a whole different perspective. Do you think Snoke died? Could he have transferred to another body? Did he create an illusion of the whole thing? Or did Kylo create the illusion just to turn Rey? Could Kylo be that strong? And in the event that Snoke is dead, who else do we know that has transcended into the Force? Luke. So now we have the biggest villain and the biggest hero, both in the same dimension. I think the fact that the prequels are being linked to Snoke's ring is something very promising, and I hope I'm not just getting excited for something that won't be explained, or at least mentioned in the next and last film. Why would they go to the extent of writing these hieroglyphics on a ring that wasn't even mentioned in the film? However, we did see it. I was keeping an eye out for it, and it was pretty cool looking. Let me know what you all think of this in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you always.